The Elizabeth Ann Poor Laws. Today I am going to talk about the Elizabeth Ann Poor Laws. The overview for today is that this law was created so that the poor could get the help they needed, and it also talked about the punishments they would get. This law was passed as the number of poor people increased. This law included taxation classification according to their ability to work, which was children, able bodied, and the impotent poor, which were people who were unable to work, and their family were the first to be responsible for them. And if the family couldn't take care of for them, then the government would step in. As a result to this law, more laws came to be after. Years went by. What is the Poor Law of 1601? The Poor Law of 1601 was a critical moment in the history of human services. The Poor Law provided a direct definition of who was considered poor and the services that they needed. It also stated the punishments to people that would refuse to work. Why did the Poor Law get passed? The Poor Law got passed because the increase of poor people in Great Britain became a national problem. It helped Great Britain and the US for the next 350 years. What does the Poor Law do? The Poor Law has three main features. The first one is being compulsory taxation to raise funds for the needy. The government used this money to build and maintain alm- almhouses for the aged, handicapped, and other worthy poor. They also bought tools and materials so that the unemployed could work. The second main feature was that the poor were classified in their ability to work. These categories were children, the able bodied, and the impotent poor. Children had to be cared for by their parents or grandparents, and if their parents or grandparents couldn't care for them, they were forced to do apprenticeships. The able bodied or unemployed would be fined or sent to jail if they refused to work. The last main feature was that the responsibility laid within the family first, and if they didn't have the necessities to care for them, the government would then step in. As a result to the Elizabethan laws, a dramatic change for people with mental illnesses occurred. This dramatic change began in 1792 when Philip Pinel unchained 50 maniacs at a hospital in Paris. In 1607, the Poor Law had its first adaptation when they opened houses of correction in each county where work was provided for the unemployed at a local rate of pay. Other places, such as American colonies and state government, modeled their help for the poor based on the Elizabeth Ann Poor Laws.